Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, host of Intellect Digest, and in this video I'm going to unbox and give you a quick review of the Karbonn Android One phone, the Karbonn Sparkle 5. We'll also do a quick comparison of this phone with other phones, the Spice Dream Uno and the Micromax Canvas A1 in our follow-up videos, so make sure you watch that. I'm leaving some links in the end of this video to the playlist which has all the videos, so make sure you check that out. In this video, I'm quickly going to take out the phone, show you what all it comes with and what is bundled within the phone. I'll give you a quick camera test. I'll show you how well it performs when it comes to audio video playback. I'll show you benchmarks, quick gaming and everything that you need to know before you make a purchase decision for the Karbonn Sparkle V or Karbonn Sparkle 5 Android One phone. This phone is powered by a 1.3 GHz quad-core CPU, has 1 GB of RAM, 4 GB internal memory. It has 5 megapixel rear and 2 megapixel front camera, 1700 mAh lithium polymer battery. The specs are exactly the same as the other two Android One phones. Let me quickly take this out of the box and show you how it looks like. So this is the phone right now. First thing in the box, there is some plastic, so I have removed from the front, and on the rear there is some plastic on the camera module, so let me remove this as well. It looks slightly different from the other two phones that we have seen here. They come with rounded speaker mesh at the rear, but this one comes with a rectangular one. The Android One branding is again here, the Karbonn branding is up here. There is camera module with LED flash. On top you get a 3.5mm standard audio jack. On bottom you get standard charging port followed by the primary microphone hole. The left side is totally clean and the right side gets power wake up key followed by the volume rocker key. The placement of buttons as well as the overall look and feel of the phone is very similar to the other two Android One phones. The major difference being at the rear of the phones, the quality of touch and the back of the material is different. This one seems to be a matte finish and is very different from the other two. Other two are rubberized and soft to touch. This one is standard plastic but still feels okay. The camera module here is divided into two parts. One is the flash and they have different sort of finish, so it looks nice. Under the hood you have two SIM card slots, the micro SIM card slots, and you have a micro SD card slot for expansion. This one, just like the other two, comes with a 1700 mAh battery. Let me take the battery and other stuff out of the box. So moving further in the box, we get these standard earphones, 3.5mm, come with large metallic mesh, and these are exactly the same when it comes to looks as the other two from the Karbonn as well as Micromax. So the Spice, Karbonn, Micromax, all three phones get similar sort of earphones. The data cables also look notoriously similar, so these are the standard data cables. This is the standard wall adapter, and let me tell you the rating. This one is 1 ampere, so just like the other two phones, it should charge your phone pretty fast. This is the battery. This is a 1700 mAh lithium polymer battery, just like the other two phones. And you have some user guides, user manual, warranty information, etc. And you have a screen protector bundled within the box. This is also found with the other two phones. So in terms of box content, all three phones are very similar. Let me keep everything aside, get back to the phone, boot it up and quickly show you how it looks, how it performs. We'll give you a camera test, we'll give you a call quality test, quick benchmarks, small gaming demo, and we'll give you the video playback, audio playback, benchmarks and everything that you need to know about the Karbonn. And we are back after quickly setting up the Karbonn Sparkle 5, and this is how it looks like. This phone feels very responsive to touch, and the applications open in a blaze. They just open like anything. The phone looks very similar to the other phones, the other Android One phones that we have tested, and the display is again 4.5 inch. The display resolution is 854 by 480 and the phone is fairly responsive. I'll give you a quick camera test, then we'll go to the audio and video playback test. After that, we'll move to the gaming and benchmark test. I'll show you how well it performs when it comes to benchmarks. So first, I'll start with the camera test. So let me take a few clicks here. This is an autofocus camera. You can touch and focus on a particular part of the image, and it focuses fairly fine. Apart from that, you can also record full high definition videos. You can just go into settings, resolution and quality, and you can set the video recording to 1080p, which is full resolution. There is also a lens blur effect in which you can blur the object by moving the camera a bit up and it will reduce the depth of field on everything that is behind. So if I click this object and now move my camera a bit up, it will process this picture and artificially in software apply a lens blur effect that you would get only on the expensive smartphones with lens blur or depth of field effect. Here you can see everything in the background has become blur and some part of this image is sharp which is within the middle and everything else is blur. Let me also show you the camera sample for the front facing camera. So I quickly move to the camera mode, hit here, switch to the front facing camera, and we are ready to take a selfie. You can also set a timer to take a selfie. So I've set a 3-second timer. I can click and pose. So the front facing camera as well as the rear facing camera on the Karbonn Android One smartphone work okay and they give good quality results. So let me get out of the camera and show you a video playback test. I'll quickly stream a video from our YouTube channel and show you how the YouTube video playback works on this phone. So I'm turning the volume to maximum to give you an idea of how loud it is, and this is streaming directly from YouTube.
Android One, right from its launch in New Delhi. This is the Karbonn Sparkle 5, and what we have here is the Spice Dream Uno.
The video is clear, the playback is smooth, and the audio from the rear speaker is also coming out to be amply well. Now let me give you an audio playback test to give you an idea of how loud and how clear the music sounds from this phone. The rear speakers are decently loud. Let me test the earphones which are supplied. I have also briefly tested the supplied earphones that come with the Karbonn Sparkle 5, and they also work out to be really nice. They have sound quality which is loud, clear, and the bass is also good. So the earphones are also good at par with other Android One phones that we have tested. In fact, they look very similar to the earphones that we get with other phones, and they sound very similar as well. Now let me quickly show you a gaming demo to give you an idea of how responsive the touchscreen is and how well it performs. After that, I'll show you the benchmarks. This phone is powered by a 1.3 GHz quad-core CPU, has 1 GB of RAM, 4 GB internal memory, and you can add a micro SD card to expand the memory, and it also supports moving apps to SD card. I'll quickly show you that in the benchmark section as well. So this seems like a smooth playback. The touchscreen is fairly responsive. There is a drop on a frame or two. We also notice same drops or frame drops on other Android One phones as well. They essentially use the same GPU as well as same CPU and same amount of RAM. Hardware wise, they are very similar and they have similar specifications, same processor, so they perform very similar as well when it comes to gaming, benchmarks and everything. So there is no major problem when it comes to gaming. The colors are coming out to be nice, the display is looking nice, and the audio is also good. So we don't have many complaints when it comes to gaming. Let's get out of this game. Let me show you the benchmarks. So I'll quickly show you the AnTuTu score first. On AnTuTu we got a score of 18,270. Again, very similar to what we have seen on the other Android One phones. It uses the Mali 400 GPU, MediaTek MTK6582 CPU, which is 1.3 GHz quad core, has 1 GB of RAM, 480 by 854 display resolution, and it comes with the same set of sensors that other phones come with: direction, G sensor, acceleration, light sensor, e-compass sensor, proximity, gyro sensor, linear acceleration and rotation vector sensor. Let me quickly show you the Nina Mark II score as well. Nina Mark II is the graphics benchmark utility which tests how good is the graphics performance, and here also we get a score of 62.3 frames per second, just like the other phones. So it is fairly good when it comes to performance and it can play mid-level games very easily. Now let me talk about the call clarity. As you can see, the signal reception is decent here and is not full strength because the place where I am shooting the video, the signal does not come out to be that strong.
The smartphone network welcomes you to one-to-one care. All menu options have been changed.
There is not much of a problem when it comes to the signal reception or the call clarity. I would say that this phone works really well when it comes to signal reception and call clarity. Now we move to another important section, which is the software interface and user interface. In terms of software interface, it comes with Google Now launcher. When you swipe from the left to right, you get this Google Now. On Google now you can run voice commands just by saying, "What's the weather like?"
It's 32 degrees with haze in New Delhi.
So it gives you option of running voice commands, which is a plus. It gives you Android KitKat 4.4.4, which is right out of the box. So let me show you the software version here. And we have the latest software, and for next 2 years Google will support and give you latest software just like it gives to the Nexus devices. So you are covered when it comes to software. In terms of user interface and pre-installed application, I found 3 pre-installed application. One was OLX, next is the Snapdeal, and other one was Money Control. Rest all is the basic suite of application which comes from Google. So the Karbonn Sparkle 5 does not come with a lot of pre-installed applications, so there is no bloatware. Let me quickly show you the storage, memory, and how you can move apps to SD card. So in storage you will see there's 2.27 GB of user available storage, and if you go to apps section you can move apps to SD card. It's fairly easy. So just select an application and hit the button which says move to SD card. Summing up my review of the Karbonn Sparkle 5, I find it to be at par in terms of performance, camera performance, as well as software features compared to the other 2 Android One phones that I have tested. In its price segment, it is one of the highest value for money devices, and it's coming with 8 GB free memory card to start with, and will get the pure Android experience with latest Android software being pushed by Google directly onto the Android One phones. You can purchase it from Snapdeal. I'm leaving some direct links in the description section below as well as on your screen. We have done some detailed comparisons. I'm leaving links to the other Android One videos right on your screen as well as in the description section. So do check out our other videos of the Android One phones and the comparison of Karbonn with other Android One phones. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share this video with your friends and family on Twitter, Google+, Facebook and other social networks. For more such videos from us, make sure you press the subscribe button below this video. This is your host Rohit Khurana signing off. Thanks for watching.